Good evening, guys. Okay, let everybody join.
Good evening, sir.
Okay, we'll continue with MLC today, and I'll solve that doubt. Sumit, has Sumit joined? Will join किया अभी तक? No, he hasn't joined, right? We will discuss that tacit acceptance and convention coming into force. That is one lecture. Then we'll discuss. Yes.
Sir, I have shared some questions to you, sir. Can you please, if you have some time, can you please explain?
Okay, just a moment. You send it personally? Okay.
Yes, sir. Personal, sir. Personal.
Okay. How to identify a fire inside the container? How to fight fire in the container? How to fight fire in accommodation? How to rescue person from a smoke-filled room? Okay. So first of all, how to identify fire inside a container? As the container is kept on the deck, right? Okay, deck में है. Then the smoke might come out, right? During deck round ये आपको पता चल सकता है. There is no such detector outside, right? बाहर में कोई detector नहीं होता on the weather deck. So and it's firefighting उसमें कैसे करना है? Now recently, you know, inside, Hello. Okay. I recently posted a note, right, regarding fire fighting in the container. Just a moment. Container. This is a very good video, right? I will just post it in ये अच्छा video for firefighting. Okay, I'll tell you the regulations like कैसे आप fire in the container आप कैसे fight करोगे. So these are the regulations from SOLAS. They say, especially it is for containers only. All new ships designed to carry container on or above the weather deck, right? जो आपका weather deck के ऊपर जो आप container carry करते हो, right? Now you need to fight fire inside the container. There is fire inside the container. So it must have a one water mist lance. What is a water mist lance? It is a kind of a piercing nozzle, right? Water mist lance is a piercing nozzle. Okay, as you can see over here. Okay, this is a water mist lance, right? What they do generally is that first of all you have to make a hole inside the container. Okay, you have to make a hole inside the container. This is a kind of a hammer structure with a piercing nozzle. Understood? After that, the hole has been made. You will insert this lance. It's like a lance, right? Lance क्या होता है? It was a word used for in the previous times. War में use करते थे, right? Okay, it's kind of that thing. So you will pierce this lance inside the container, right? Like he's doing over there, this guy, right? आप drill भी कर सकते हो. Otherwise, you also have the take a hammer and put inside. And then what will happen? You will connect the hose over here, right? In the bottom part of the lance, can you see there is a hose connection and a valve? दिख रहा है आपको, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So what you will do is that you will put that.
MPL 0 से हीरो 0 पैसे से खेलो आप 1 kg तक गोल्ड जीतो.
Just see this video, right? इसमें किया है. This is the another thing. This what you see. This is a water monitor, portable one, right? This you can use for the boundary cooling, right? That first of all you cannot directly go to the container. तो पहले हम क्या करते हैं? We will do the boundary cooling. We will try to fight the fire from outside, and then you will approach that. Okay, I'll explain this also. This is right. You can move it here and there. Okay, these are called portable water monitor. This is our. See, here he is doing drilling, but we have got a hammer right there with a piercing nozzle. You can directly make a hole with that. Now once the hole has been made, now you will connect it. You will pierce it inside, and then you will start open the wall, right? And it will start the water. Can you see? So see, water mist is being formed inside the container. Can you see? So because of that, using this technique, you can fight the fire, right? This is the technique which you have to use for fighting the fire. Okay. ये जो दूसरा लिंक है वीडियो का, this is the full explanation, like what actions we have to take. Right? तो जो इधर में लिंक है, that is the another full steps आपको क्या करना, right? I just post that also. Okay. And regarding that portable fire monitor, उसका भी एक नया regulation है, right? उसका भी नया regulation है, not very new, but still अभी आया था. Okay, this is the latest one. So what they say is that suppose you are carrying more than 5 containers on your weather deck. 5 means 5 tiers, 5 या 5 से ज़्यादा. Okay, then you must have that portable water monitor. If the ship's breadth, right, if the beam is more than 30 meters, sorry, less than 30, तो आपको 2 चाहिए, right? You need at least 2 if the ship breadth is less than 30. If the ship breadth is more than 30, then you need at least 4. Okay, so उसके लिए sufficient आपके fire hydrants भी होने चाहिए, right? So this is how you will do the firefighting in the container. And the other thing which I am telling, this is in this, right? ये video आप देखोगे ना, this is a very good video. इसमें they have told about the they have told about the boundary
fires. A container fire to establish the location.
To find the location, right?
One of the first control measures is to turn the ship so that the wind will blow smoke and flames away from the rest of the ship. Then the ship proceeds at the slowest speed at that heading.
Mustering and all.
From the port side.
You'll divert the ship route. आगे windows पे ना आए. Right, then you will do the boundary cooling. Make sure the people are wearing.
So on
The control team on the bridge locates all the available cargo documentation.
They can use the full PP.
Yes, sir, we can use large amount.
Okay.
And the next inside and into the seat of the fire.
But things have changed now.
Lances may be used if there is adequate space for
this
this.
was the old technique.
A better option is the use of pneumatic grinders or drills, as
From
these
the
can
other
be
side, you will start with
operate
the
at a very low metacentric height, or
using the
GM.
portable monitor.
One way to avoid this is to keep the bilges clear and keep testing the bilge lines.
Okay, and keep draining the bilges because it will also get full. It is to drain that. Okay, just see the video, right? 5 6 current container ship. Okay, did you understood? आपको समझ आया थोड़ा बहुत?
Yes, sir, understood.
Okay. Okay, Sumit, you have joined, so I have to discuss your question also. Tacit acceptance follow. Wait, let me start with MLC. I'll do it in last 5 to 10 minutes, right? आपका question भी करके लाऊं. We'll start with MLC now. Okay. Okay, so yesterday we saw the different articles of ML, these titles of MLC, right? They are important for you that you have to do. And then we saw the reasons why MLC came into force, first of all, right? MLC क्यों आई थी आपकी, right? That we saw. Okay, then in that there were two reasons. First was the to make a level playing field for the quality ship owners, right? That was the first reason, and also to make or consolidate the different ILO conventions, right? There were almost a lot of conventions were there, right? For each and everything. तो हमने सबको एक कर दिया, right? We have made all into one. 37 को almost 37 we consolidated into one. They were poorly ratified and very difficult to ratify all of them, right? And set the standard for seafarers. Okay. Okay. So we did the until here we did right. So हमने minimum age देख लिया था 16 years होना चाहिए, and then we saw the young seafarer who is from 16 to 18, right? We told he should be sleeping in the night, right? So night is continuous period of 9 hours, right? And 5 a.m. and midnight. Then we saw in which cases he can go for work, right? We have to take permission from the ship owners authority, this organization, and seafarer organization. Medical certification valid for maximum period of 2 years. Extension can be taken for maximum next port of call or maximum 3 months allowed, right? या तो next port तक देते जल्दी, but 3 months से ज़्यादा नहीं दे सकते हैं, right? Then color vision का certificate जल्दी 6 साल के लिए valid रहता है, okay? Then training and qualification, okay. RPSL. So the flag has to maintain the complete data, right? Who are the authorized recruitment and placement agencies in your country? Okay. So the flag, it's the flag state duty. He will control them, right? He will control these people, right? उनको license देगा, उनका check करेगा. It is the duty of the flag state. Flag state who? Flag state of whom? Port state of, sorry, किसका state? Is it the flag state of ship? Yes. Who will maintain the data?
Flag state of the ship.
No, it's not flag state generally. It's home country of the seafarer. Suppose you're working on an Iranian ship, right? It's registered in Iran. So do you think your Iranian company is concerned that whether you're coming from agents from Mumbai or agents from Karachi? Is he concerned? No, not at all. You're a foreigner for him, right? Who must care for you? Government of India.
The government of the seafarer.
Of the seafarer. That they will maintain the data actually, right? Membership
Okay.
karna. Okay. So that is the job of the membership, MLC. Okay. Then RPSL, that much. इसमें generally पूछते नहीं हैं, right? They don't ask in this generally. Now let us move to the second title. What was the first title? Minimum requirement for seafarer to work on ships, right? The second title is सबसे पहले आपने क्या नौकरी को ले मतलब आपको नौकरी मिलने के लिए आप ये हो गया, right? This is minimum requirements, right? Second is conditions of employment. Right, conditions of employment. अब आपको नौकरी के लिए आपका हो गया. Now you will go to office, right, for signing the documents and all. So what things you look generally when you go to your company office? क्या क्या करते हो आप बताइए? Just you directly join ship.
Contract month from
Okay.
contract
Time
date
period.
from port of
Then-
embarkation
Okay, wages, port of embarkation and all. Okay, then
and a flag.
flag you will check. Does it concerns anyway?
Okay, and other we take that bonus and all the salary details.
Okay,
OT.
overtime, right? Overtime हो गया आपका.
Overtime and
Have you seen anybody sailed on Indian vessel? किसी ने कभी सेल किया इंडियन वेसल में?
Yes, sir.
So have you seen your Indian contract? There is written 2.5 days per month leave wages मिलते हैं आपको.
Yes, sir.
ये तो
2.5
फॉरेन में भी
will-
एप्लीकेबल है सर.
फॉरेन में
Foreign
भी
में
होता
सर.
है. It's everywhere, right? Leave wages is 2.5 days. We'll see that, right? Leave period, then medical insurance, right? Maternity benefit. Some companies they pay, right, for the spouse or the person for maternity. Are you aware of that? Then medical insurance pay karte hain, right? So that is all under social security, right? Your social security. Kuch unemployment benefit dete hain some foreign companies, right? Then some they give pension also. There are some companies which give pension, right? Okay. Like pehle hota tha. Okay, so these all come under social security, right? So these are the things which we look for when we join the vessel, right? So we'll start now. Conditions of employment. Okay. Conditions of employment. So this was the question which came in written last one. Seafarer employment agreement, right? So इसमें क्या क्या रहता है आपका seafarer employment agreement में? Basically, it will define the terms and conditions in which the seafarer is supposed to work on the ship, right? It must have all the details of the seafarer, right? Like, yes, what are the details mentioned in your what are the details mentioned in your contract letter? क्या क्या होता है? क्या क्या होता है आपके आर्टिकल ऑफ एग्रीमेंट में? See, this is how the contract looks like, right? So it will have the details of the company, contact address, everything. Then details of the seafarer also. Okay, आपका पूरा detail होगा उसमें, right? Then detail of the ship का पूरा details होगा उसमें, right? The complete details of the ship. Okay. You see, point number 2 is details of the employer agent looking for the RPSL, right? जो भी आपका agent है. Then NOK, details of next of kin, certificate, right? Then your details of employment, your salary is mentioned over here, right? Wages, right? Your rank, okay? Then ये बाद में भरते हैं. That gratuity, right? Gratuity is a social security, right? आपका benefit gratuity जो भी होता है, right? So signature of seafarer. So this is how Indian contract paper looks like, okay? So we'll just see over here. यहाँ पे mark करते हैं क्या क्या. Seafarer working on ships that flight flag shall have seafarer employment agreement signed by both the seafarer and ship owner, right? Both the seafarer and the ship owner, or a representative of the ship owner. Okay. Okay. Then I would like to ask you one question. They might ask you recently. There is some really big development related to your seafarer employment agreement. Have you heard the news?
Yes, sir. I have to sign the SEA before 3 days prior.
Yes, the seafarer must have the access of SEA at least 3 days in advance. Okay, at least 3 days in advance, the seafarer employment agreement must be handed over to you. Generally, what used to happen is that immediately आएंगे बोलेंगे जल्दी जल्दी करो, ticket हो गया, right? So they will give you the contract at the last moment. So you don't have the time. You will just sign and you will not even read about it, right? Then you'll land on board. So that is the problem here, right? So to counteract that, DG has made a new circular, which requires, means they are waiting for the input, that you need to send the contract paper at least 3 days in advance to the seafarer, right? So this is the latest development. They might ask you in oral. पूछा जा सकता है oral में, right? So, okay. So seafarer signing the agreement shall be given opportunity to examine and seek advice on the agreement before signing. For this point only, they have made this, right? 3 दिन का आपको time दे रहे हैं, right? Then seafarer and the ship owner should have a signed original copy of both. Okay, दोनों के पास signed ये होना चाहिए. Then measures shall be taken to ensure that clear information is mentioned in that, right? क्या क्या information रहेगा उसमें? Just these all things you have to mention, right? आपको रिकॉर्ड उसका एक कॉपी रखना पड़ता है, एक ऑफिस में जाएगा. All these things is mentioned in the Seafarer Employment Agreement. Okay. So short notes में आपको ये लिखना पड़ेगा, like the question came. What are the contents of a Seafarer Employment Agreement, right? And it has to be signed by the countersigned by company also, and you will also sign original. This one is bit interesting. What is CBA? They ask sometimes, what is CBA? CBA is a collective bargaining agreement between the seafarer union and ship owner union. Right. What they do is that they meet generally every 1 year, 2 years. They will do a meeting and they will do the settlement on the wages, like how much wages we should increase. They will say seafarer union will try to increase the wages, and ship owner union they will try to see the other interest of the ship owner also, right? Ship owner का जो होगा वो ship owner की side लेगा. The seafarer union will take the side of the seafarer. So they will see what is the profit now, how is the market, all these things. Accordingly, they will raise the terms and conditions, right? Wages raise करते हैं. You might have seen in Facebook and Twitter, your Nusi, देखा होगा आपने. They always keep running here and there with that, running here and there for the increase of the wages, right? आपने देखा है? So Nusi is the seafarer union for the ratings, right? So they do that actually. So MUI is the one who is doing that for the officers, right? MUI is doing it for the officers. Now it is not a compulsory that your company is following only CBA. ऐसा compulsory नहीं कि आपको CBA ही follow करना है. Correct. It might be आपकी company follow नहीं करती है. ये compulsory नहीं होता CBA follow करना, right? But there is some set standard from ILO, how much should be the minimum salary, that they cannot go lower than that, right? अभी शायद आपका 462 or 470 something is the value for minimum. Okay. CBA is, what is CBA? ILO है. Okay. This is all. It is a key means through which the employers and their organization. This is the CBA. Okay. The objective of these negotiations. Okay. It is a key means through which the employers and their organization and trade unions can establish fair wages and working conditions, right? They will tell, their seafarer representative will tell that this much should be the facilities given to the seafarer. Internet hona chahiye, there must be internet on ship, there must be this much amount of drinking water should be given free, please don't charge them, right? They will set their own terms and conditions, right? And the ship owner, they will say, no, the business is not good, or the business is good, we can increase the wages this much only, right? So that is how the things work. They will do a bargaining, right? And then they will make a table that for which rank what is the salary, for which rank what is the salary, right? That is called as a CBA. They will take a lot of things in consideration, not just salary, your wages, then your leave period, right? How much you should get for the leave, then your contract period. There are some companies which will like to decrease the contract for ratings, right? और वो बोलें कि हमें increase करना है, all these things. So there are different things which they will bargain on, right? So that is what is called as a collective bargaining. जैसे मार्केट में जाके बार्गेन करते हो ना किसी शॉप कीपर के साथ, नहीं भैया you give me for 1000, you will say no, he will say no 1500. So ultimately you will settle that, let's say 1250, right? So you are bargaining with the shopkeeper. Here who is doing bargaining on your behalf? The seafarer union. And who is doing the bargaining for the ship owners? The ship owners association, right? You're inside all. Guys, you're understanding what I'm trying to tell you. What is CBA?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, but what conditions you need to bargain? You need to see the wages, living conditions, right? Working time, training, occupational health and safety, and equal treatment, right? So this is being done so that both are not at loss. Maybe the seafarer is asking very high salary, then ship owner will be at loss. Or maybe ship owner is having a good business, but he's not trying to pay good wages to the seafarer, right? So it keeps getting revising on specific time. Okay, इसको बोलते हैं collective bargaining agreement, right? So here you can see what are the details in your SCA, right? Seafarer's full name, ये सब आपको इसमें से कुछ ना कुछ लिखना पड़ेगा, right? Amount paid annual leave 2.5 days per month only. Then health and social security protection benefits to be provided to seafarer. We'll see it आगे आएगा. Okay. Then seafarer entitlement to repatriation means how many months after how many months you will be given ticket back home, right? Reference to the CBA if applicable. If applicable means complying or following. Your company has to follow CBA. That is not compulsory. That is not compulsory. Only standard companies do that. कोई substandard company है, he will not follow CBA, right? He might follow just the minimum wage कि मेरे को उससे ऊपर देना है. Okay. Then they will also mention कितने time पहले आपको notice period देना पड़ेगा. All these things, right? Okay. Now wages, right? Coming to the wages. So wages, there is, some things are mentioned over here that your remuneration that should be paid in monthly basis, right? You have to pay at monthly basis, not greater than the monthly intervals, right? Okay, and the exchange rate hoga, that should be fair. It's not that they will exchange it, let's say at 80 chal raha, so 70, 60 kar rahe, right? At a fair rate, they must exchange. And the ship owner must pay for remittance, right? Suppose आपके account में पैसा डाल रहे हैं, तो जितना भी charge लगेगा, that has to be taken care by the ship owner, not by the seafarer, right? Not by the seafarer. Okay. Now, thing is over here, which they might ask is, who will decide your wages? आपके wages कौन decide करता है? Yes. ILO में कौन decide करता है आपके wages? Okay. So JMC is the body which will decide your wages, right? The Joint Maritime Commission is a bipatriate straightening body that provides governing on maritime questions, right? Including standard setting for the shipping industry. तो जो आपकी wages decide करता है वो आपका JMC decide करता है, ILO, right? Minimum wages they will decide. Okay? तो आपका जब recent हुआ था JMC का मीटिंग, उसमें your basic wages were updated, right? 600 something was there. No, 400 something.
सर रिसेंटली सर वेजेस रिवाइज हुए हैं सर, जो कि अभी इम्प्लीमेंट होंगे जनवरी 2023 से.
No, that what you are telling is I think was आपने टेबल देखा है WhatsApp
नहीं
वाला
सर,
वो.
नहीं सर, रिवाइज हुए वेजेस वो टेबल में ही है.
Okay.
Sir, I think it's 641.
It's yes 661. It should be used as this recalculation. पहले 648 मिलता था, 648 था before. Now it is 661. Right, it is 661. यहाँ पे लिखा है. See, the figure of US 661 as of March 2021 should be the used as basis for recalculation, right? तो ये पहले आपका 648 था. Okay, 661 you can say. Okay, generally they will ask you कि कौन decide करता है? You have to say Joint Maritime Committee, right? Sorry, Commission, JMC. Okay, this is the one which will decide. ये ILO का एक ILO के नीचे काम करता है, it's a committee under ILO. But it will decide only the minimum wages, right? कि आपका जो AB है, जो certified AB है, उसको कम से कम कितना wages दे सकते हो. Anyhow, the shipping companies are giving way more than that, right? So basic wages decide करते हैं उसके according. Okay. So the purpose of guideline the term able seafarer, then basic wages means for normal cargo are the work, right? इसमें भी आपको जनरली नहीं पूछेगा, जस्ट आपको जेएमसी का क्वेश्चन पूछता है, जेएमसी कि कौन डिसाइड करता है, इतना ही पूछेगा आपको, राइट? आपको 2.5 से सबसे क्वेश्चन पूछेगा. But yes, 2.3 is very top most important, right? I got to think for the student. Okay, please pay attention. This is the top most important topic. 2.3, right? 2.3, 2.5, and 4.2. They are very important. 2.3, 2.5 and 4.2. ये सबसे ज्यादा important आपके लिए, right? MLC में इनसे बहुत ज्यादा क्वेश्चन आता है. Okay. Hours of work and hours of rest. Okay, this is important. So what MLC says is that you must work for, MLC ने define किया है for how many hours you have to work and for how many hours you should take rest, right? वो MLC ने आपका decide किया, right? They have decided that. Hours of work क्या होते हैं? Time during which the seafarer are required to work on account of the ship, means you are working for the ship. Hour of rest means outside the work hour. Okay. So suppose you are working from tea break मिलता ना हमें, let's say we get a tea break at 10 o'clock, right? 10 to 10:30. Let's say that is a tea break. So what do you think? That is a rest period or no? Is 30 minutes rest period or no? Or is a working hour?
Rest period, sir.
No, this is working hour.
Working hours, sir.
Working hours, right? See, hours of rest means time outside the hours of work. This term does not include short breaks. Okay. And as a thumb rule, if the time is less than 1 hour, break is less than 1 hour, it is not in rest hours, right? कम से कम 1 घंटे से ज्यादा break होना चाहिए, then it is a break, right? Otherwise it is not. Okay, at least 1 hour. Okay, at least 1 hour should be a rest hour, not more, less than that. Okay. So this table, please write it. It is very important. ये पूछता है आपको what should be the working hours, right? So sometimes, you know, they will ask you questions, like somebody asked me also before, what is the difference between MLC and STCW, right? पूछा था किसी ने, what is the difference between, सबने लिख लिया, everybody written? Okay, I'll just write it here. Okay. MLC, right? So first is, let's say, work hours. Yes, how many hours you can work maximum? Yes, guys.
14 hour
14
maximum
hours
in a day.
in a
Out
24
of
hours period.
24.
14 hours in a,
24 hours period.
please don't say day, right? The moment you say day, he will say, how will you define a day then? Right. Okay. And in a week, is it a week or 7-day period?
7 days period. 72 hours for
7 days.
7 days period.
Okay. 7-day period. Okay. Then now let's go to rest hours. कितना rest करना आपने?
Hours in a 24 hours period.
Sorry?
Hours in a 24 hours period.
10 hours in 24 hours period. And 77 hours in any 7
7
days
days.
period. Right. So this they will ask you first of all, like what are the rest hours, what are the working hours? Mostly they'll ask resting hours. Then you have to tell about the working hours also, right? So means you take 10 hours in 24 hours period. What it means? Suppose this is first day, this is the second day, right? Suppose you went for rest at around let's say 12 o'clock in the afternoon, right? 12 o'clock. Okay. Then let's say you slept for 2 hours. Then again you came to work, right? तो 2 hours आपको यहाँ हो गए. So let's say from 2 to 6 you work 4 hours. Then again you went for rest for 2 hours, right? Then again you came for work, right? So can you do it that way, like 2 hours you're working, 4 hours you are resting? Can you split your rest hours in that way?
No, only two splits in total.
Yes, minimum 6 hours continuous rest भी होना चाहिए, so that you can sleep, right? You cannot break your rest of the working hours like 1 hour, 2 hours, right? इतना छोटा नहीं कर सकते. Minimum 6 hours continuous rest. Okay. Suppose there is an emergency, so can you reduce your work rest hours?
Yes, sir.
How much? Till how much you can reduce in a 7-day period? Yes, this is from the company, right? I've taken. सबको दिख रहा है guys? I cannot share this document because this is a confidential document of the company, right? SMS के document हम share नहीं कर सकते. So, but you can see, right? And if you take screenshot, please don't circulate, right? Company का document है. Okay. So you see in this standard of training, STCW के hours देखिए उसमें MLC नहीं बोलता है, but आपका STCW बोलता है. Okay, they say that rest hours in 24-hour period may be split into 3 periods instead of 2. वो आपका जो 2 hours का रेस्ट होता है उसको 3 periods में कर सकता है. Okay, you can make it in 3 periods, right? But उसमें at least one should be 6 hours and no other period less than 1 hour. Means your rest should be at least 1 hour. जो बाकी 2 periods हैं, अगर suppose एक आप 1 घंटा करते हो, you can make like this. 6 hours करना तो sorry 10 hours करना तो 6 plus 1 plus 3 or 6 plus 2 plus 2. Okay, this is how you can make. You cannot make 5 plus 2 plus 3. Understood? Guys, understood?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And your minimum hours of rest, they can also be reduced from 77 to 70. Okay, 77 से आप 70 कर सकते हो. Okay, but you cannot do it for more than 2 weeks. Okay, you cannot do it for more than 2 weeks. This is all as per STCW, I'm telling you, right? Rest are working hours. Okay, you can make some exceptions. It is allowed. Okay, for some conditions, right? आपको बोलते हैं कर सकते हैं, right? It's not that you have to stay with the rule only. Okay, there is some relaxation given for the operational situation. Okay. Okay, minimum rest hours आपका ये है. Minimum 10 hours in any 24-hour period, one period not less than 6 hours, and interval between consecutive periods shall not be more than 14 hours, right? Okay. And for 7-day period, not less than 77-hour period. See, now my company, they are very smart. They have not mentioned about the work hours. Can you see any work hours यहाँ लिखा कहीं? They have only mentioned the right. ये देखिए आप यहाँ पे कहीं आपको दिख रहा है? Have you seen somewhere work hours? दिख रहा है आपको कहीं? No, right? They have only mentioned the rest hours. Right? I'll tell you why they do so. Not just my company, everybody does so. Right? See, suppose there is a company which will follow work hours. Right? So how much I'm working in 1 week in 7 days? If I go by work hours, 14 hours in any 24-hour period, right? Or let's say 72 hours in any 7-day period. So my maximum work hours are 72 hours. Correct? If I go by rest hours, it is how much I need? 77 hours in any 7-day period, right? So if you go by that, so in this case, here I'm working for resting for 77 hours, right? और let's say एक दिन में मैं कितना रेस्ट करूंगा? इस केस में रेस्ट आवर्स में आप क्या करते हो? You can work, let's say you're working for 12 hours a day. 6 on 6 off करते हैं ना? You're working for 12 hours a day, right? So 12 into 7 कितना हो गया? 84. Correct. So you're working for how many hours? 84 hours, right? So 84 hours is the violation of work hours. You cannot work for more than 77. Sorry, 72. समझ रहे आप? When you're working 6 on 6 off for 7 days, and we do that, right? करते हैं हम लोग काम 6 on 6 off continuous. So how many hours you are working? 84 hours a week. Right, so 7 days में कितना हो गया? 84 hours. But you are violating the rest work hours, right? यहाँ पे 72 hours बोला, आप कितना कर रहे हो? 84 कर रहे हो. You are violating the MLC, right?
Yes, sir.
Right. But what they do is that companies क्या करती हैं? They are taking advantage of a single letter, that is the or. तो MLC क्या बोलती है? Either you follow work hours or either you follow rest hours. So the companies, they are not following the work hours, they are following only rest hours. Because even though you are working for 84 hours a week, still you are getting 84 hours of rest, right? आपको रेस्ट भी कितना मिलेगा? इक्वल मिलेगा ना? 7 day period, you are getting 84 hours of rest. तो आप रेस्ट वाले से कंप्लाई कर रहे हो, right? You are complying with the rest hours criteria. So that is why the companies, they always follow the rest hour criteria, never the work hour. Okay. And one more reason is that FTCW talks about rest hours only, doesn't talks about FTCW MLC. FTCW में क्या आपका work hours are not mentioned. MLC में both work hours and rest hours are mentioned, right? So in MLC, both work hours also and both rest hours, दोनों लिखा गया, right? They have mentioned both. But in FTCW, they have mentioned only working hours. That is the difference when they will ask you, what is the difference between rest hours and work hours of FTCW and MLC, right? So that is the difference you have to see. ये क्वेश्चन पूछते हैं ओरल में, right? आपको इसका, guys, do you understand what I'm telling you? Rest hours and work hours.
Yes, yes, I'm getting.
Okay, you have to remember the values. That is what they are
Excuse me,
asking. Yes.
सर, जो आपने अभी ये जो बताया था कि एज पर STCW हम वायलेट कर सकते हैं वंस इन ए वाइल, तो कंपनी का जो SMS दिखाया था,
हाँ, not
तो
once in a
अगर
while, it is continuously आप 2 weeks के लिए कर सकते हो, उससे ज्यादा नहीं.
तो वो STCW के अकॉर्डिंग है ना सर वो?
Yes.
तो फिर उसमें MLC की वायलेशन नहीं होगी सर?
नहीं, उसमें क्या होता है, what they have done is that उसमें फ्लैग स्टेट क्या करती है, जब DMLC बनाती है उसको कोड मतलब कोड कर देती है, उसको इनकॉर्पोरेट कर देती है. बट इफ यू गो टू MLC ऑफ योर मार्शल आइलैंड, दे डोंट अलाउ दिस एक्सेप्शन.
ओके, वो मतलब फ्लैग स्टेट टू फ्लैग स्टेट डिपेंड करता है.
यस, करेक्ट करेक्ट. बिकॉज
तो फिर सर वो फ्लैग स्टेट कैसे वायलेट कर सकती है MLC को?
इट इज देयर चॉइस. MLC क्या, इट्स अ फ्लेक्सिबल कन्वेंशन. जब मैंने आपने क्लास लगाया था पहले MLC का?
हाँ, मैंने लगाया सर.
ओके, याद है जब मैंने आपको DMLC दिखाया था इंडिया का? वेट, आई विल शो यू नाउ इटसेल्फ. DMLC ऑफ इंडिया, तो उसमें आपको मैंने नाइट का क्या दिखाया था? व्हाट आई शोड यू फॉर नाइट? क्या टाइमिंग था इंडिया का?
नाइट का डिफरेंस था सर. हाँ
हाँ, बट MLC did not tell you to do that, right? Wait, I'll just show
बट
you how.
MLC एक जो रेस्ट आवर्स हैं और वर्क आवर्स हैं इन एनी 7 day पीरियड, वो तो वो मतलब फिक्स है ना सर MLC के अकॉर्डिंग?
फिक्स है, बट यू कैन मेक योर ओन चेंजेस एज पर yourself, right? Wait, I'll show you. Okay. See, actually, I would like to tell you one more thing to the other people who are attending class. MLC, what has said, it is not the hard and fast rule, right? We will do this later, DMLC, because Sumit has raised a question. So I'll just explain. DMLC is, it's the document, or let's say the declaration, how the flag state is making MLC at the national level. Okay, it is their choice. So if you see night for India, night covers a period of at least 9 hours. starting from 2100 hours ending at 600 hours. Calculation का झंझट ही छोड़ दिया इंडिया ने. They have made their own rule, right? So they are not violating MLC. That is their choice. Getting my point? Your flag state, they can change the rule as per their wish. ऐसा नहीं कि बहुत ज्यादा change कर देना है, but just minimum, right? They can change as per their choice, right? It depends on the flag state. They can make the rules as they like.
Okay, okay.
Okay, wait, I'll show you. See, like we are looking for India, right? Please see. Relaxation from above required hours of rest under clause 3 and 4 may be allowed for not more than 2 consecutive weeks, right? And rest period is not less than 70 hours in any 7-day period. This is the DMLC of Government of India. India has also done that. Okay.
Okay, okay.
समझ गए सुमित?
Yes,
But
yes,
then
yes,
they
yes.
know, I would like to tell you, ये सब चीजें class 2 में भी नहीं पूछेगा. These are being asked in class 1, right? So don't get confused, right? But still, because you asked, so I answered, right?
Okay, okay.
Okay. So back to the MLC. Okay. So this you have understood, right? How is the calculation, right? कितना होना चाहिए, all these things. And this point also you have to mention. Hours of rest should not be divided in more than 2 periods. ये आपको जरूरी है बोलना, right? So if they ask you, tell me about the rest hours and work hours, for especially for ETO, what you have to answer is, first of all, you have to mention the total amount of rest hours. Then you have to mention about the work hours, right? And then you have to mention in rest hours, it should not be divided in not more than 2 periods and at least 1 period of how many hours? 6 hours, right?
6
These
hours.
points you have to say, right? And you can say one more point additional. The difference between 2 rest hours should not exceed more than 14 hours. Okay. Right, that is also one point that you can mention. Right? Interval between the consecutive periods of rest should not exceed more than 14 hours. Okay. तो सिर्फ इतनी सी जगह में आपका पूरा आंसर है जो आपको पूछते हैं, राइट? ये इतना सा चीज आपको अच्छे से याद करना. Understood, guys? And generally not for ET, but for class 2, they ask, what will be their action if the rest are being violated continuously, right? So at that time, what you have to answer is that, sir, I can request the company to send additional crew, okay? Or I will try to reschedule the work activity. Maybe हो सकता है जहाँ 3 लोग एक साथ watch कर रहे हैं, I'll try to readjust the schedule, right? If it is possible. Or if it is getting violated too much, then I will try to temporarily stop the unnecessary jobs, like cleaning के लिए बोला किसी tank का cleaning कर दो, वो रोक दो. Then you can ask the shore assistance for that, right? So these are the different options you have to you can take for non-compliance अगर आपके साथ होती है, and you have to make a report also for that. Okay. And जो आपका ये होता है यंग सी फेरर, उसके लिए बोला गाइडलाइंस है, उसको 8 घंटा काम करना ही, पर डे 8 घंटा काम करेगा, एंड ही हैज ओनली 5 days वीक, राइट? 40 hours per week, उससे ज्यादा काम नहीं करना उसने. एंड ही शुड बी गिवन 15-minute ब्रेक एवरी 2 hours, ओके? एंड 1 hour लंच ब्रेक उसको देना ही देना, ओके? एंड कुक cannot be a person who is less than 18 years, right? Entitlement to leave, इसमें कुछ नहीं है, सिर्फ एक पॉइंट याद करना, दैट इज you must get at least 2.5 days per month leave. बाकी इसमें कुछ नहीं, just leave it, right? सिर्फ इतना सा पॉइंट याद रख लेना. The annual leave with pay entitlement. So what does leave mean? It does not mean that they will send you for a shore leave. or they will send you home. It means you will get the money for that. They will compensate you in the means of the money, right? They will show you show in the wages, right? आपको दिखाते हैं जिसमें कि आपका leave wages है. Okay, that is how they do. They will not send you home or send you surely, right? Okay, this is a question which is being asked again and again. The question how they ask is like your seafarer is not refusing to pay money for your ticket, right? Or he's bankrupt, now he cannot book your ticket, right? Or what you will do if your ship owner doesn't want to send you home or abandon kar diya vessel ko, right? Some things like this they are asking, right? So like relation number 2.5 is repatriation. It is a very important. इसमें आपका एक सर्टिफिकेट है, okay? So it will see over here. Each member shall ensure that seafarers on ships that flies flag are entitled to repatriation. It is the job of the flag state, right? If the seafarer employment agreement expires while they are aboard, right? अगर जब उनका contract खत्म होता है, so they should be coming back, right? Where the seafarer employment agreement is terminated by the ship owner or by the seafarer for justified reasons, right? और या तो जब आपका either the ship owner will terminate the contract or seafarer for justified reason. Justified reason means like death of some close relative, right? Death of the family member. In that case, they cannot say no, right? इसमें आप contract का wait नहीं करोगे, right? Some kind of serious things, right? Or when he has got some medical injuries, right? When the seafarers are not longer able to carry out their duties under their employment agreement or cannot be expected to carry them out in a specific circumstance, right? So वो नहीं कर पा रहे, okay? So in that case, they are to be sent home, right? Now in this case, what is there? It is the duty of the ship owner to maintain a financial security, okay? It is a requirement that they must keep a financial security on board. उसका क्या होता है? Certificate होता है, right? They must keep an insurance certificate on board. Suppose if the ship owner goes bankrupt, so what you will do is that you will call the insurance company and they will arrange for your repatriation, right? They will arrange for a repatriation. So that is the answer if they ask you like how you will go home or whatever they ask you, right? So then you can say, sir, there is a certificate of financial security, okay? Certificate of financial security. Yes, certificate of financial security in which they will post this certificate in the conspicuous places, means आपका public place में जैसे bridge हो गया, वहाँ पे उसका copy रहेगा बाहर, right? You can see this, okay? And then you can contact the insurance agent and they will send you home, right? They will arrange for a repatriation. I'll just show you. Guard, MLC certificate. Okay. Actually, it is being done generally done by the P&I clubs करते हैं generally, okay? Guard is the P&I club. Okay, see? Certificate of insurance or other financial security in respect of seafarer repatriation cost and liability required under 2.5.2. okay? ऐसे याद रख लेना 2.5 है ढाई अक्षर प्रेम का, okay? 2.5. So your beloved one at home, people, family is remembering you, right? So 2.5, okay? So this is one of the certificate you have to say in case the surveyor asks you, tell me the certificates in MLC. This is one of the certificate you have to say for sure, okay? Certificate of insurance with respect to 2.5. Regulation 2.5 बोलोगे चलेगा, okay? Certificate of financial security, okay? Guys, understood?
Okay, sir. Yes.
Okay. For repatriation, right? Okay. There is actually one more certificate to पूछते हैं. I'll just show you here. Certificate of insurance. There is one more. We need two, right? One is ढाई अक्षर. Another is लेट्स से द सीफेयर नेम इज लखन. सीफेयर का नाम क्या है? लखन. लखन पाल, राइट? लेट्स से द नेम इज लखन. हैव यू सीन द मूवी एवरीबॉडी? माय नेम इज लखन 42 का 1. रिमेंबर द सॉन्ग 42 का 1, माय नेम इज लखन. सेम वे द रेगुलेशन नंबर here is 42 का 1. Okay, so that's how you can remember, right? 4.2 regulation number 2. What this means? Ship owner liability. Suppose the seafarer got medically injured, right? Then who will pay for him? Who will pay for the medical claim? Suppose God forbid one of the seafarer died, so who will pay to his family, right? Who will pay to his husband or wife, right? जो भी है. Okay, so this is the फाइनेंशियल सिक्योरिटी जो भी आपकी होती है उसके लिए पेमेंट करते हैं. ओके, द इंश्योरेंस कंपनी विल पे इफ द शिप ओनर इज इनकैपेबल ऑफ पेइंग, राइट? ओके, विल सी इट लेटर, राइट? वो बाद में आएगा, बट स्टिल आई हैव टोल्ड यू, राइट? ओके, देन सीफेयर कंपनसेशन फॉर शिप्स लॉस फॉर फाउंटेन विल कंटिन्यू. इसमें भी ज्यादा कुछ नहीं पूछते हैं, राइट? दे विल आस्क, नो प्रॉब्लम, विल कंटिन्यू इट, राइट? कल कंटिन्यू करेंगे. अकोमोडेशन में देयर इज नथिंग इम्पोर्टेंट, कुछ नहीं पूछेंगे इसमें आपको, राइट? इसमें हाँ आपको ड्यूटीज पूछते हैं ऑफ ईटीएन एमएलसी, सो दैट वी विल सी, राइट? इसमें आपको वो चीजें मेंटेन करनी है जो आप एमएलसी से रिलेटेड है, जैसे आपका एसी हो गया, हॉट वाटर कैलोरीफायर हो गया, राइट? ऑल दिस वेंटिलेशन अरेंजमेंट हो गया, राइट? फूड एंड केटरिंग में दे आर नॉट आस्किंग मच. ओनली वन थिंग इज नो सीफेयर अंडर एज ऑफ 18 शुड बी वर्किंग एज अ कुक, राइट? रेफ्रिजरेशन प्लांट आप मेंटेन करोगे, राइट? हेल्थ प्रोटेक्शन में आपको 4.2 इंपॉर्टेंट है. ओके, आई विल डू इट टुमारो, राइट? आई जस्ट वांटेड टू कवर द क्वेश्चन ऑफ Sumit, right? Okay, by tomorrow, I think tomorrow or day after, it takes time for MLC, right? Okay, so let's see question of Sumit, right? This कैसे आपका okay, so yesterday the question which was asked is what is the tacit acceptance and what is the explicit acceptance, right? Tacit acceptance क्या होती है? See, so that is basically for the अगर आपको कोई amendment लानी होती है, right? Suppose you want to bring any amendment in the convention. Suppose you want to bring any change in the convention, right? So in that case, we have these options, right? Wait, just a moment. Okay. इसमें बहुत अच्छा फॉर्मल चार्ट दिया है इन्होंने, फ्लो चार्ट है. Okay. So generally, suppose you want to make any amendment, right? First of all, so normal is when you are making some amendment, the जो भी आपका है लाइक फ्लैग स्टेट और जो भी है मेंबर स्टेट है उसको सबसे पहले प्रपोज करना पड़ेगा, राइट? ड्राफ्ट हैज टू बी मेड, ऑल दिस थिंग्स, राइट? देन द ड्राफ्ट विल बी सर्कुलेटेड, उसको रिव्यू करती है एमईपीसी. एमईपीसी है या एमएससी है आपका, राइट? मार्पोल है का तो एमईपीसी देखेगा, अगर आपका सेफ्टी से रिलेटेड है तो एमएससी विल सी, राइट? अब इफ इट इज रिलेटेड टू योर लीगल matters, then legal committee will see, right? We are different committees for that. Okay, so first of all, what will happen is that they will submit the proposed amendment to the MEPC, right? जो भी आपका countries को करना, they will propose the amendment to the MEPC committee में दे देगा, right? Then ये जो आपने proposed amendment बनाया उसको ये लोग circulate करते हैं to the all member state. They will send this proposal to all of the member state. There are total 173, right? So they will have the, everybody will come to know, right? Okay, they will send to all the member states. Okay, then the whole committee will consider the amendments which in practice would as will be adopted by the consensus, right? Means आप मिल अगर उनको सबको लगता है जरूरी है, then they will adopt. Otherwise जनरली क्या करते हैं, if everybody says like कुछ नहीं बोलते हैं, right? then there is a meeting. Okay, there is a meeting and आपका MSC MEPC का जब भी meeting होगा तो उसमें voting होगा, right? It may come to voting, in which case amendment will be adopted by 2/3 majority of the contracting government. इसमें क्या होता है basically? There must be at least 1/3 of the strength should be present in the assembly, right? 1/3 people होने चाहिए in the assembly. Out of that, 2/3 has to be accepted. 2/3 लोगों को yes करनी पड़ेगी, right? Then that amendment will be accepted, right? After that, they will give some time interval. Okay, let's say we adopted it today, right? Let's say like recently, you know, so last chapter, so last chapter 15 has been adopted, right? But it is coming into force when? In 1st July 2024, right? They have given us time. आप उसके according changes कर लीजिए. So there is some time gap between the adoption and entry into force, right? There is always a time gap. Like we were reading about CII already more than 1 year before, right? But it came into force this year, 1st January 2023. So there is always a gap between that, right? When it is coming into force, means you have to comply with that, right? And another option is the when you will adopt it, जब आपका bill pass होता है, right? Okay. After the adoption, the Secretary General will communicate the text of amendments to all contracting governments for acceptance. तो जब आपने वहां पे असेंबली में जिसने हाँ कर दी, okay, it has come into मतलब अडॉप्ट कर लिया. Then this adopted text, जो आपने text adopt किया, नया जो आपने law बनाया, that you will send to all the countries, right? Suppose, just a minute, you made the law, right? सबसे पहले क्या किया आपने? सबमिट किया किसको? Submit to the MEPC. Okay, MEPC ने इसको चेक किया, they did the circulation to all member states, right? Then at the meeting, right, voting हुआ. How many members are present? Let's say 175 है ना, so let's say 60 were present, right? Out of 60, 40 said okay, 20, so 2/3 majority मिल गया, 1/3 आपके present थे. Understand? 1/3 were present and 2/3 gave the go ahead, right? So now it has been adopted. Adoption हो गया इसका, right? So your law has this जो भी आपका amendment है, amendment is adopted. Now let's say India, then Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, Canada, they were not at the meeting, right? Now what will happen? This amendment will be sent to all the countries, right? Let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like this, all countries. This amendment will be sent. So this will be communicated to them electronically, right? They will come to know. So now what they will do is that अब जो आपका ये जो भी law है, there is a law for this, right? That this much states they must comply with, right? उसको ratify करना पड़ता है. Like आपका blast water का था, I think it was 30% or 30 states, something like that, right? 30 states को ratify करना था, तब वो into force आया था, right? So let's say number 1 he did, right? Ratify करना क्या होता है? What is ratification basically? Suppose if I'm ratifying the convention or the amendment, it means I have to incorporate the amendment in my national law. Let's say tomorrow MLC ILO says you have to make the minimum, let's say night as 10 hours, from 9 to you have to make to 10 hours, right? Let's say that is the case. Now ILO का case है, not time, right? So it means India has to change its DMLC. एक document होता है इंडिया का, मतलब national level की MLC. So India has to change its DMLC. That is the date when is the ratification. Or let's say ballast water, right? The day when ballast water management will come in MS Act of India, that is a ratification date. Okay, it will vary from state to state. And you know, many times what used to happen is, कभी-कभी क्या होता था? Suppose 1 ने okay बोल दिया, 2 ने okay बोल दिया, 3 बोलता no, I will not follow, this is not good. एंड 4 5 6 ये कुछ बोलते ही नहीं है, दे आर साइलेंट, दे आर नॉट सेइंग एनीथिंग. So then IMO has to wait for them. Sometimes we have to wait for 3 years, 4 years, 5 years. And they did not used to say anything. Okay. They did not even care. उनको फर्क ही नहीं पड़ता था. And sometimes, they were confused that if I use this convention, अगर मैं इसको adopt करता हूँ, तो मेरे को क्या फायदा हो रहा है, क्या नुकसान हो रहा है. And some people, they don't know the even meaning. कुछ countries को पता ही नहीं चलता क्या करना चाहिए. और कुछ कंट्रीज में क्या होता है, जो शिप ओनर साइड होती है, द शिप ओनर साइड, दे हैव द ग्रेट लॉबी, मींस दे विल से गवर्नमेंट को, नो नो प्लीज डोंट एक्सेप्ट दिस, राइट, नहीं तो हमारा लॉस हो जाएगा. ऐसा भी हो सकता है ना, राइट. हेलो गाइस, यू अंडरस्टैंड व्हाट आई एम ट्राइंग टू से?
Yes, yes.
Okay, so there are many reasons why the countries will not ratify or will not make it into national law. So this was a very big problem, right? But what happened that sometimes, there are some issues which need to be addressed very quickly. कुछ issues होते हैं जिनके लिए आप इतना साल वेट नहीं कर सकते, right? Some amendment has to be made, like your CII एकदम से आए और एकदम से फोर्स में, right? सीधा फोर्स में, no need for waiting too much, नहीं तो कौन इतना वेट करेगा. So they made a new procedure to counteract this problem. ये 4-5 चुप बैठे थे ना, they were silent, they were not saying anything. So they made this procedure of tacit acceptance. Tacit acceptance, right? We'll just see tacit acceptance now. So first of all, what is happening here is that submission, again, proposal has to be done by the contracting state, right? Then draft of the convention, it will be given, right? Draft आप बनाओगे उसका, right? So then it has to be approved, right? आप committee आप उसको approve करेगी, right? Now इसमें क्या देखो, कोई वोटिंग नहीं हो रही है, नो वोटिंग इन दिस. MEPC सब कुछ कर रही है. देखिए, अप्रूव भी MEPC कर रही है, उसने अप्रूव कर दिया. देन अमेंडमेंट जो प्रपोज अमेंडमेंट की, उसको 6 मंथ्स पहले उसको सर्कुलेट कर देगी, राइट? उसको 6 मंथ लेती है, राइट? इट टेक्स टाइम टू सर्कुलेट, और उसको कंसिडर भी करती है, राइट? इसमें अभी तक मेंबर स्टेट्स को कुछ नहीं पूछा है दैट वेदर वी शुड डू और नॉट, राइट? इट इज ऑल बीइंग डन बाय द MEPC अलोन. कमिटी खुद ही सब कुछ करेगी, राइट? देन दे विल सी द ड्राफ्ट, राइट? ड्राफ्ट भेजते हैं बाकियों को, कुछ किसी का इनपुट आता है, देन दे विल ट्राई टू रेक्टिफाई इट, राइट? कुछ चेंजेस करते हैं. ओके, नाउ व्हाट इज हैपनिंग इज दैट, सी, रीड दिस पॉइंट, द डीम्ड एक्सेप्टेंस वाला. In case of an amendment to the annex of MARPOL, the amendment is considered as accepted at the end of a period which shall be not less than 10 months after the date of adoption, unless that within that period more than 1/3 of the parties object to the amendment. इसमें बेसिकली क्या बोल रहे हैं, what is this, what is saying? अब ये जो 4 5 6 चुप बैठे रहते थे ना, अब इसमें क्या होगा, सपोज मैंने बोल दिया that CI का जो लॉ है, it is coming on 1st January 2023. I did not ask the member states at all. IMO has told you have to follow. Now let's say, so you can only say if 4 5 6 who are silent, right? They are silent. 1 said okay, I will follow. 2 said okay, I will follow. 3 said no, we will not follow. Now 4 5 6 are silent. They did not say yes also, they did not say no also. So IMO considers, अगर आप 10 महीने में within 10 months you're not saying anything, you are also saying okay. Okay, silence is considered as acceptance to the amendment. That is called as a tacit acceptance. It has been made to speed up the process of to bring any change to the convention, right? That is called as a tacit acceptance. Until यहाँ पे मैंने क्या बोला था, 2/3 people they have to vote in favor of convention, right? 2/3 people have to vote in the favor of the amendment. Okay, और इसमें क्या बोला है, 1/3 people have to object to the amendment. अगर 1/3 people object नहीं करते हैं, it will come into force directly. Okay, no need of voting, नहीं तो बहुत time consuming process था. Then all these people have to follow by shore, right? उनको इसको बाद में follow करना ही पड़ेगा, no other option. I'll just tell you in terms कैसे लिखते हैं इसको, just a minute. Sumit, you got an idea what is tacit acceptance? क्या difference है दोनों?
Yes, yes, yes. Basically ये basically जो भी amendment है उसको force में लाने के लिए, right sir?
Yes, amendments के लिए.
It's not for adoption, it's to bring that amendment in force.
Bring any changes, right? Bring the changes, right? Just a minute. If I want, I could have shown you like the last quarter. There is one more, I think.
बेसिकली सर टैसिट एक्सेप्टेंस के लिए भी ये 1/3 की यस होना जरूरी है क्या?
1/3 का मना होना जरूरी है.
नहीं, 2/3 का यस होना जरूरी है.
टैसिट के लिए नहीं, उनका तो यस, उनसे पूछ ही कौन रहा है.
नहीं, मान लो जो भी साइलेंट है उनका भी यस मान लिया आफ्टर
हाँ,
फ्यू
उनका
इयर्स
yes
और
मान लिया,
व्हाटएवर, जो
हाँ.
भी टाइम पीरियड है.
हाँ.
और कुछ लोगों ने ऑलरेडी यस किया हुआ है, तो वो सबका मिला के
2/3 होना चाहिए.
2/3 का यस होना चाहिए साइलेंट को मिला के.
यस, साइलेंट को मिला के.
ओके, मतलब इसमें क्या है कि इसमें कोई अडॉप्शन के बाद कोई मीटिंग नहीं हो रही है, असेंबली वगैरह नहीं हो रही है.
नहीं,
इसमें
उतना नहीं
जस्ट
है.
इलेक्ट्रॉनिकली
करता है. MEPC करता है. उसमें जो कमेटी होती है वही सब कुछ करेगी.
ओके.
Okay, yes, you see, just a minute, कहाँ गया? Okay. Please read this point. To enter into force, ये देखिए, ये वाला point पढ़िए. To enter into force, the convention required ratification by minimum of 30 states. इसमें 30 states बोला था, right? Representing 35% of the world's merchant ship tonnage. So basically क्या होता है? It is differing from convention to convention. It's not always 1/3 or 2/3. It depends on the convention also. So they will decide when they are framing the convention कि कितना percentage होना चाहिए. Okay. Understood?
Yes.
Okay. So you can say tacit acceptance is, you can say it means accepted unless objected, right? That is what you can say. It is deemed as accepted unless objected. So you have to raise your objection if you don't want to comply with the amendment, right? समझ गए आप? That is called as tacit acceptance. That is mostly used in the, पहले क्या था? It was meant as rejected unless, it was rejected unless accepted, right? Now it is accepted unless objected. दूसरा वाला आपका explicit है. Sorry, ये आपका this one is your tacit. Okay. Okay, you can read this, right? Okay. In early conventions, amendments came into force only after a percentage of contracting states, usually 2/3 had accepted them. This normally meant the more acceptance were required to amend a convention than were originally required to bring into force, especially when the number of states were party to convention is very large, right? So this percentage requirement in practice led to long delays in bringing amendments into force. Okay, so इसके बाद आपका tacit acceptance आया. It is mostly used in your MARPOL, right? MARPOL में बहुत ज़्यादा यूज होता है. You can read this paragraph and you can, from here you can frame the answer, right? Instead of requiring that amendments shall enter into force after being accepted by 2/3 of parties, the tacit acceptance procedure provides that an amendment shall enter into force at a particular time unless before that date objections to amendments are received from specific number of parties. Okay, तो इसे आप बना सकते हो आंसर. You have got the framework, right? कि कैसे करते हैं? Understood?
Yes, understood, sir.
Okay. Okay, guys. Then thank you. I'll see you tomorrow, right? And please try to post the question in group, right? Personal में chat बहुत rare देखता हूँ, right? Please post the questions in group, right? कुछ भी question होता है, like just when you want to discuss, right? So we'll discuss it. Remaining होगा, just post in the group, right? So that everybody can see, right? Okay. And for Viva date, I would like to tell you, Viva, it will come by email only, right? जिसका रिटर्न नहीं उसका नंबर थोड़ा पहले आता है, okay? जिसका रिटर्न नहीं होगा उसका नंबर थोड़ा पहले आएगा. Somebody who doesn't have any return.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Today they have sent the mail, sir. I received the mail. They have given the date and they are saying it's online for the Mumbai MMD.
Yes, it has to be online. Online ही होता है. Okay. Okay, ETO, you can join the class. I'll see you tomorrow, right? आपका क्लास तो आ गया. And all the rest. कब का डेट है आपका?
Sir, 18th.
18th. Okay.
Yes, sir.
All the best.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, guys. Thank you.